Hi. In this recording, we're going to make a robotic Tamagotchi, a virtual pet, if you like. So the whole idea is that your pet will lose health if you ignore it. So if you don't do anything, your pet is just going to steadily lose health until it dies. Oh dear. But if you press button A, then you will, on your micro:bit chip, then you will feed the pet, love the pet, look after it, and its health goes up. So the whole idea is if you press the A button lots of times, your Tamagotchi will get lots of health, and then slowly over time it loses health if you ignore it, and then it dies. Okay, so how do we code all of that? Now, in terms of the robotics, what you do is we're going to be using button A, but what you could do is attach a little sensor to pin 0, for example. And every time pin 0 is pressed, a little button, for example, presses pin 0, and then it would add the health to pin 0. I'm just going to use button A here for, just to show how it works. So on the start, we need to set the health. So we need to go to variables. We've got to make a variable, and we've got to set the health, and we're going to set the health to a particular number. So let's say we decide that the health will be 10. So at the beginning, when the chip boots up, the health is set to 10. And forever, so all the time, that health is going to change by -1 every, let's say, second. So I'm going to go into variable, and I can choose change health by -1, so it loses health every second, and we can do that by setting the pause. So we can make it 1 second. So every second is -1 is going to be taken off. So after 10 seconds, the health would be 0 and the pet would be dead. But if we press button A, so I'm going to go choose button A pressed. Whenever button A is pressed, then we just duplicate that one. We change health by +1. It goes up 1 in health. So as time goes on, it loses health. It's got 10 to begin with, loses health, -1 every second. But if you press button A, then it gains some health. Now we need to add the coding, which will kind of give you some kind of countdown so that you can see the health as it deteriorates. Maybe a face. So if you're making a cardboard Tamagotchi, you'd cut out a little space and have the chip face with the LED. So when it's healthy, it's got a smiley face. When it's about to die, it gets a frowny face. So we could do that by setting up another forever loop, put it over there, and using some logic. So we could say, okay, if the health is greater than a certain number, it'll have a smiley face. So we'll put some LEDs in there, and we'll put a nice big smiley face. So the condition, we'd go back into logic, and what we have to say here is that go and get that health. If the health is greater than or equal to 5, then it's got a nice smiley face. Then as it gets to below 5, then it's going to get a frowny face. So I go down to under the if, I click the little plus here, and I'm just going to press one more so that I give the if something then. And I'm going to go to that whole section there and just duplicate that. If the health is less than, greater than equal to 5, if it's less than 5, but I actually want it to be and greater than 0. So let's get rid of that and see in the logic if I've got an and. Yes, there we are. Something and something. So the health must be less than 5 and the health must be greater than 0. Okay, then I'm going to just duplicate that one. What I'm going to have is, I'll make a frowny face, maybe like that. Okay, so a smile turns to a frown. So if the health is greater than 5, then it's going to be smiling. Pet is healthy. But if the health is less than 5 and greater than 0, so between, if it's 1, in other words, 2, 3, 4, then it has then it has an unsmiley face. And then when it hits 0, it dies. So then I just put that one in. So else, otherwise, I'm just going to put a flat line in. So that's dead. That's a flat line. And we can play some music. So, and we can put that on a loop. So we want like, when it's flat lines. So on a loop, we're going to say, repeat, let's say 20 times. It's going to play that middle C, and you can choose one that you prefer. Okay, let's test it. Let's see if it works. So it's smiling, and we should be, there we go. It's not healthy, and it's dead. So now let me start again. This time I'm going to press the A button just to keep it healthy. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. See, it lost some health. There we go. I'm pressing the A button to give it lots of health. And now let's sit back and see when it loses health. I've fed it. I've got to go to do my schoolwork. Uh-oh. And it died. Tamagotchis are totally evil. Now, to make this into a robot, let me switch that off, stop it. Obviously, what you would do is you would use the chip face as like the face of the pet, and you'd have a little, maybe you show the button also cut out where you can press the A button to give it some health. And of course, you can extend this project by making something happen if you hit the B button as well. Maybe the B button will give it a health boost, but you can only give 1 an hour or something to add 50 health points or whatever it is. And of course, you can change the pause to make your Tamagotchi more manageable. Great little virtual pet robot. I think this is a fantastic project. Enjoy it.